Hi, I'm Lulu and welcome to Lulu's Way. I'm really glad you're here. Welcome to my kitchen. I just got back from Whole Foods. I just got a few things because today is Thursday and on Sunday I'm leaving on a road trip. I'll do a grocery shop for the week that I'll be gone, probably Saturday night. I'll get mostly everything I need for that whole week and I can pick up what I need while I'm gone. But I wanted to pick up a few things to get me through the next few days. After I unload these groceries, people have been asking me how I cook my fish. I'm going to show you how I cook white fish. And also, as promised, I'm going to do those roasted Vidalia onions. Fat-free, you don't need to roast the onions in a bunch of oil. I'm going to show you how to do it. They're tasty as can be, and there's no fat involved. Yeah. Let's see what I got here. I got some tomatoes. I got some coleslaw mix. I got a head of cabbage. I'm going to make the smoked paprika roasted cabbage. I have a video. I'll put the link in the description for the video of how I roast my green cabbage. I got some mini cukes. I got Vidalia onions, because that's what we're going to make today. I got a couple of avos. They're very ripe. They're very ripe, so I'm going to put them right in the fridge. I got some almond butter. I got some boneless chicken thighs. I got my favorite beets. I love these beets. Olympus Greek beets. I've only seen them at Whole Foods. They're so good. Perfect. Perfect. It's the next best thing from fresh. I got some Japanese white sweet potatoes. Surprise, surprise. I always get those. So now, I don't know if you noticed, but when I went thrift shopping, I have some thrift store videos the past couple weeks. And this is that black skirt that I just got the other day. And this is the black tank that I picked up. So I just put on the black skirt with the black tank and put this over it. And there you have it. And here's my fish. I got wild caught Atlantic cod. Let's get ready to rock and roll here in the kitchen. So I'm going to do the best I can here without a cameraman. Just going to do this by myself. I'm going to wing it. So I'll do the, well, hello. Hello, my little miss. Hello, my little Missy Joe. Look who just came to visit me. Little Miss India. She's doing so good. You, my little girl. You, mama's girl. She is 17 years old. Got her as a little teeny kitten, so she's been around this house for a long time. She's a good little girl. We've been noticing lately, we think her hearing might be going a little bit. Like, we tend to, like, it's like we're sneaking up on her. Where typically she would hear us coming, you know. So yeah, you getting to be an old lady, huh? Are you mama's old lady? Oh, you're such a darling. Okay, I know. You just want to go. She just wants to go. So I'm going to start with the fish. So I just have this baking pan. I love this pan. I just love this pan. It's a mess right now. It's been used for years. It's nice and sturdy. It got a little yucky, but you know, it was funny. I was thinking, you know something, Lulu? You got a YouTube channel. You've been doing some cooking. You think you might get some new pans that look good? This is me. This is me right here. So, this is how I do my fish. So, I got a 1 pound piece of cod fillet. Look at this. There it is. Looks good. Just so that this can fit on this baking tray a little bit better, I'm just going to cut it right in half. I'll get my favorite kitchen knife. Link is also in the description for this. It's the best knife ever. I've always talked about my Dexter knife. All right, so there we have that. So what I do, instead of seasoning both sides, and I've got all my spices in my hand with these little glass jars, and I'm handling the fish, and I'm handling the jars, and I'm handling the fish, and I'm handling the jars. I don't like doing that. To flip it over, you know, to season one side, flip it over, season another side. What I do is I just season the tray, and then I put the fish on, and then I season the top. And everything on the tray sticks to the bottom of the fish. I think it's a great idea. So I'm going to get the seasonings that I want to use for the bottom. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to put salt, pepper. I'm going to put a little garlic powder. And you know what this is? Look at that. That is fresh chives from my garden that I harvested. I put in the dehydrator, dehydrated them for a couple of days. I put them all in the food processor, just like I did with the mint for the tea. I have about 5 bottles of this. Oh my God, it smells so good. So I'll give it a little oniony flavor. So I'm going to put some chives at the bottom here. And I'm going to put some hot paprika, just to give it a little bit of heat. Okay, so now there's my pan that has all those seasonings on it. So now I'm going to throw my fish on here like this. And then all this space that has seasonings that the fish is not on, I just give it a shake. And now you don't see any of it because it's all on the bottom. And Lulu, you know, you would think like you have a YouTube channel, and if you're going to do a cooking demo, you think you might have done your dishes from breakfast first, right? Yeah, no, I guess I didn't do that either. God bless me. So now on the top here, I'm going to salt and pepper. And this one's going to be smoked paprika. Get a little smokiness going on and a nice color. I love the color that paprika gives to food that you bake. I like the color it gives to white food. So there it is. Okay? So now I'm going to put it in my toaster oven. I have a little itty bitty toaster oven. I love this toaster oven. I've bought it about 3 times in my lifetime. Every time something goes on it. I mean, it's years before, and it gets used so much. But I always replace it with the same exact one. I've tried other ones before, and I don't like them. I just return it. I love all the features that it has. I love everything about it. I love how it has an automatic shutoff. I love everything about it. So I like the size of it. So another thing is, look at how nasty this is. So you would think like, where I have a YouTube channel, you think I would like clean this, but you know something? It just gets dirty again. I don't know. One of these days I might scrub it, or maybe I should replace it with a nice shiny brand new one. Yeah, that would be for another day. Okay, so we're going to do this. Now what I love about cooking in a toaster oven, first of all, I don't have to heat an entire oven for this little pan of fish. Like, I don't want to heat the whole oven. I don't want a big regular stove. Like if I had room in here for a great big stove, don't want it. Don't want it. I'm happy with this. What else I love is that I use the toast function. I never toast. I don't eat toast. I don't eat bread. So I'm never toasting anything like bread or bagels or anything. But I use the toast feature when I'm baking things. And I'll tell you why I like that. I like that it instantly heats up very, very, very hot, as if to really, toast a piece of bread in a short amount of time. I love that the heat comes from both sides, the top and the bottom. And I've just figured out like how I can use the toast feature. So if you're going to ask me like how long to bake this for, if I had to take a guess in a regular oven, I would say 400 degrees for 10 minutes maybe. I'm not really sure because I really don't bake like that. I bake like this. I do toast and then it gives you the different levels. So it automatically defaults to 3. So there's 1 through 6. So this would be like if I just wanted like a piece of toast toasted, 6 might be for a bagel. That takes longer. So I just put it right up to 6 and then I hit start. And by the time that thing's off, the fish is done. It's just so hot and so intense in such a small space. It just cooks it perfectly, in my opinion. So, maybe you want to put it in the broiler if you're doing this in a regular oven. You can do this. You can pan sear this. You can just put it in the pan. That's what I do on the road. If I'm on the road and I'm making fish, I don't have a toaster oven on the road. And I'm on the road I'll be on the road like 6 months out of this year. So I'm on the road a lot. And I will pan sear my fish. And it just cooks so quick. Cooks very quickly. So we'll come back when this is done and I'll show you. So while the fish is baking, I'm going to dice up these onions and get them ready for the oven because they're going to go in right after that. So now, with having a small oven like this, you do everything one at a time. You don't have an oven with 2 shelves, and that's okay. I just do everything one at a time. I don't mind. So I'm just going to cut the ends off of these onions like that, and then give it a peel. And then I'll put this stuff in my compost bin. So now I'm just going to cut it in half. And then I go down like this. 1, 2, 3. And then this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the way that I dice an onion. 1. So another thing I like about this knife is that you can use it to scoop things up in. Okay, so there's all my onions right there. Nice chunky dice. So the seasonings I'm going to pick for this are salt and pepper and smoked paprika. That's a nice healthy dose of smoked paprika. I want to get these all coated. So I'm going to cover it like this, and I'm going to give it a shake. And as I'm shaking it, a lot of the dices of onion are separating from each other. So what we like about roasted onions is they get like brown and that very appealing look of brown, toasty, like caramelized onions in the oven. And that can really only happen with oil, in my experience. So if you're going to do roasted onions without any fat, then they're going to come out very white and kind of dry looking. So when you do the smoked paprika on them and everything is coated, I mean, it already looks good before it's even cooked. It's got some nice color. So when this bakes, it's got this kind of like this reddish brown color when it comes out. So it's really just the plain white onions, but this gives it some pretty color and obviously some flavor because they're nice and smoky, you know? So we'll see what those look like when they come out of the oven. What I'll do is when they come out of the oven, I'll put them in a container and keep them in the fridge, and I'll put them on my meals. I'll make that part of my veggie serving. So I might have like broccoli, steamed broccoli, and then a handful of this all on the top, or roasted asparagus with the onions on top. Works out well. So now I'm going to get this pan ready for the onions. I'm going to do just a quick spray. This is what I use instead of Pam spray. It's a oil mister. A link for that's in the description too. This pan is another great pan. People have asked me about this pan and I've sent them the link to it. And I'm just going to put the onions on here like this. Spread them out. Okay, look at those are the onions ready to go in the oven. I'm going to do those same thing with the toaster. I'm going to hit toast for 6. After 6, I'm going to give them a toss, put them in for another 6, and then they'll be done perfectly. So the dinger just went off for the fish. So let's have a look at that. Here it is. And you see, it's very flaky. See how it just falls apart? It's done perfect. See? You just want to make sure it's when it's falling apart like that, it's in my opinion, it's done. So what I'll do here, I'm going to get these in the oven I'm going to hit 6. Toast, 6, start. Okay, I'm going to get my spatula and I'm going to put this fish in this glass container. I'll use this for lunches or dinner. I like it cold right out of the fridge and on top of a salad, and I also like it on cooked veggies that I heat up. So I have my lunch ready, all except for the protein because I was minus protein. So this is the very end of those steamed broccoli and green beans that I made the other day. I had to add some artichoke hearts to get it to 16 ounces. I have my 4 ounces of Japanese white sweet potato cubed like that. I have a tablespoon of avocado oil on there. And now I'm going to put 4 ounces of baked cod on this. So this looks like this might be a little bit too big, but we will see. That's it right there. So it was almost the whole piece. So I'm going to take these little bits, put them right in that with that other fish. And it will be lunchtime in a couple of hours, and I'll just throw this in the toaster oven on toast. That's how I heat my meals too, is just I hit the toaster. If I have a cold meal that I assembled from cooked things from the fridge and it's cold, I put it on 6. 6 does it, brings it right to perfect temperature. Now this will be sitting out for a little bit. It might be sitting out for like the next hour and a half. And so this won't be cold from the fridge. Maybe I'll put it on 5. I'll toast at 5. So I'm just going to put a cover on this and let it sit out. So now I'm going to just let this cool off. I'll let this sit outside, let this sit right here and cool off before I cover it and put it in the fridge. That will be probably another 2 meals. Okay, the beeper just went off. I'm going to check the onions. They're nice and sizzly. I'm going to give them a little toss. They smell so good. They smell so smoky. That smoked paprika, I'm telling you, it's a magical ingredient to a lot of things. Okay, I'm going to put it in for another 6. Toast. 3, 4, 5, 6. Start. Yay. Okay, we're beeping here, so we're all done. And those are the finished onions. They're nice and soft, very soft. They're not crispy, crunchy, because they're not, there's only oil will do that really. But it's the smoked paprika that gives it the color. So it's just pleasing to the eye, and it's delicious. So I'm just going to put all these right in this dish. And when those cool off, they'll go in the fridge and they'll go on the top of many meals. They'd even be delicious on top of salads cold, or heated up with other veggies. You know, a nice heap of them on top of a piece of fish would be so good. There it is. Delicious, delicious Vidalia onions. Now, Vidalia onions are sweet onions. So you'll see them in the grocery store. They'll either say Vidalia onion or sweet onion. That's what these are.